"We don't want to see your face at her graduation," my mom snapped during a family Zoom call. "Then you'll never see me money again," I replied, while quietly canceling the tuition plan and every credit card they used behind my back. She walked the stage. I walked away. Couldn't even bother showing up, my mother said, her voice sharp, cutting through the grainy Zoom connection. Like glass. "It's not about you, it's her day." I sat there frozen with my coffee going cold in my hand. My laptop was balanced on the edge of the kitchen counter behind me. The morning sun filtered through the blinds, warm and golden, but everything felt ice cold. My sister Chloe, silent in her little Zoom square, smirked. She didn't say anything. She didn't have to. Her smug silence said it all. I wasn't welcome again. I looked at the gallery of faces, me parents, my aunts, cousins, even my Uncle Mark, who never joins these calls unless there's free food involved. All of them sat in awkward silence. No one spoke up for me. No one even blinked. "So that's it?" I asked, slowly trying to keep my voice even after everything I've done and started. My mom snapped, "We're not doing this. Chloe's graduating college. It's a celebration, not whatever this is. Whatever this is, right? This the thing where I pay for everyone's everything and still somehow get told I'm the problem. For the last 4 years, I paid Chloe's tuition every semester. I set up the 529 plan. I paid the fees. I covered the books, even the overpriced apartment off campus." When she said the dorms were too depressing, my parents, they clapped. When she got the scholarship and then never contributed another dime. When that scholarship only covered half, guess who made up the rest? But suddenly I was at distraction and embarrassment, a source of tension, as Chloe put it in a group text last week. When I dared to ask her to maybe call once a month to say thanks, I let out a breath. My hand was already moving, fingers flying across the keyboard. Log in bank dashboard, cancel the tuition, autopay done. "Oh," I said casually, "if that's how you feel, then you'll never see my money again." My mom narrowed her eyes, like she didn't believe me. "I mean it." I added, "Credit cards, tuition, grocery allowance, it's all done. You're adults, right? Time to act like it." And then, without waiting for their reaction, I clicked leave meeting. Me phone lit up 5 seconds later with a message from my dad: "Don't do anything stupid. She's your sister," followed by Chloe's "Thanks for making everything about you again." I silenced my phone, stood up, and poured my cold coffee down the drain. My hand didn't shake, not anymore. She walked the stage, the June cap gown, proud smile, photos everywhere, wasn't there. And for once, I didn't feel guilty. I felt free. I wish I could say that Zoom call was the beginning of the betrayal, but it wasn't. It had been building for years, quietly, relentlessly. It started the moment I got my first real job out of college. I was 24, freshly hired by a fintech startup, and still too naive to realize how quickly family would smell blood in the water. My mom called me a week after I got the offer. "So proud of you, honey. Also, your sister's tuition bill came in just until we figure things out. Can you help cover it?" I should have said no, but I said yes. Of course, I said yes. That just until we figure things out turned into 4 years soft monthly tuition, housing, meal plans, textbooks, and emergencies that were somehow always about things like concert tickets, Apple Watches, or a spontaneous weekend in Miami for mental health. Ms. Sister Chloe never said thank you, not once. My parents did at first, and then they started treating it like it was midgety. "You make more than us," my dad would remind me. "You don't even have kids," my mom added one night over wine. "And besides, she's the smart one. She's going places. You should be proud." Proud, right? Proud of the sister who once told me he was a boring loser with no presence just because I said no to buying her friends dinner. Proud of the girl who never worked a part-time job in her life, because why would she win? I paid for everything, but I still paid because somewhere deep down I thought if I gave enough they'd finally see me. As family turns out, I was just a wallet. And the worst part, they weren't even subtle about it. There was the Christmas 2 years ago, when Chloe unwrapped a MacBook Air gift from me and wrinkled her nose. I asked for the Pro. She said, "This one's kind of basic." My mother didn't say a word. My dad chuckled and said, "Well, maybe next year." Then came the time my mom accidentally left her phone unlocked in the table, and I saw a message she'd sent to my aunt. "He's such a control freak about money, you'd think he was Jeff Bezos. But hey, if he's dumb enough to keep paying, I'm not complaining." The message lived rent-free in my head for weeks. But the real detonator, the moment I realized just how deep the manipulation ran, it came one rainy Thursday around midnight, when I got a call from my bank's fraud department. "Remilton, we're calling to verify some unusual activity." on a card ending in 7024, multiple purchases totaling $3,700 at luxury retailers in the last 48 hours. My blood ran cold. That card wasn't supposed to exist. It was one I'd obtained years ago and handed over to my mother just for groceries. I'd forgotten it even existed. She hadn't either. Had Chloe the purchases: a bracelet from Cartier, a designer handbag, a pair of Yeezys. None of it was groceries. I froze the account and called my mother the next morning. Her response: laughter. Oh my God, you're being dramatic. She said it was just a few things Chloe needed for graduation. Don't ruin the surprise. Needed, I said. You mean stole? That was the first time I used that word, and it like a slap. You've always been soup tight. My mom snapped. You act like the world owes you something just because you write a few checks. I didn't try to check, I said, voice shaking. You took it without asking. You're using my cards behind my back. She hung up on methods. When I checked my online accounts, 3 cards in my name, all used without permission, all maxed out, all tied back to my address, my SSN, my credit, my mother, my sister, my family. That night, I sat at my desk staring at my phone, hand hovering over Chloe's number. I didn't call. I logged into the tuition management site. Instead, she had one semester left, and I canceled it. I didn't even feel guilty, just hollow, like something inside me had quietly died. The next morning, the email started from Bursar's office. Subject: urgent payment declined, followed by 3 texts from Chloe. Hey, did the payment not go through? Are you messing with my account? Mom said, you're being a baby. Just fix it. Just fix it. That was my role in the family, wasn't it? The fixer, the one who worked 60 hours a week so Chloe could wear Chanel to classes she barely attended, the one who made sure my parents' mortgage was always mysteriously up to date despite their retirement income not covering half of it. But not anymore. Not after the stolen cards, not after the group chat. I accidentally caught a glimpse of where Chloe called me our family's sad little cash cow, and especially not after my mom called and demanded I reinstate the tuition plan, because this is not the time for one of your moods. I told her calmly, you told Minute to come to graduation, so I won't, and neither will my money. Then I hung up. I'd expected fireworks, screaming, begging, but instead there was silence. And I knew why, because they thought I was bluffing. They always thought I was bluffing, but this time, I was done. 3 weeks after I canceled the tuition, my mom called a family Zoom she labeled a turgent family discussion, which usually meant one of 2 things: either someone died, or I was about to get ambushed. Guess which one it was. I almost didn't join, but some sick part of me wanted to see their faces. I wanted to hear them try to gaslight me one last time, so I logged in, and there they were, the usual suspects. Chloe sitting in her pink hoodie with flawless makeup and a palette that probably took 40 minutes to perfect. Mom in her favorite silk robe sipping coffee like this was brunch. Dad barely present as usual, scrolling through his phone on mute. You really need to fix this? My mother began, skipping right past. Hello. I'm sorry. Fix what exactly? I asked. Her graduation is in 2 weeks, Mom said, as if I had noticed. She's walking across that stage, and you not being there would be a disgrace. I blinked. You told me not to come. I was upset. She replied, it was the heat of the moment. No, Chloe snapped. I said it, I meant it. I don't want you there. There it was. But she added, I still need the final payment for my capstone course. They said I can't walk unless the balance is cleared. I leaned back, staring at the screen like it was some twisted sitcom. So you don't want Med here, but you do want my money. Chloe crossed her arms. This isn't about you. It's about me finishing college. You mean the college I paid for? I said. Every semester, every book, every apartment, every Uber, every overpriced aside. Bolden, be dramatic. My mom snapped. Dramatic? I repeated, my voice sharp. You stole from me, both of you. You used me cards. You maxed out my accounts behind my back. You told me I didn't belong. And now you want to play family again. Dad finally looked up. Let's not blow this out of proportion. I laughed loud, bitter. Oh, this is proportionate. I said, I'm about to make it proportionate. I reached over to my laptop, opened a folder titled Receipts, and shared Miss Green. Dozens of screenshots, bank statements, credit reports, each one showing transactions from my cards that traced back to Chloe's name, my mother's shipping address, her Apple ID. See, I was going to let it go, let you stew in your own mess, I said, but then you try to flip it, make me the Villain mom looked pale. Dad sat frozen. Chloe rolled her eyes. This is so petty, she muttered. Petty? I said this is theft, this is fraud. I already talked to my lawyer. This could have serious legal consequences. Oh please mom, snapped. You wouldn't dare. Is